All right, so welcome to chapter 14. Chapter 14 was all about istem nouns of the third declension and about ablative of means, of manner, and of accompaniment, which we've actually seen that one before with the preposition cum. So diving right into it for number 4 from the exercises. So as you can see by the question mark, we are asking a question here. So we need to find a verb just like normally. However, and I've already kind of marked it, that the verb has the tack on ne to indicate the question is being asked. So I'm going to do it linearly here in terms of sapping the sentence. But, underlining nouns and pronouns, doing our prepositions. Okay. So starting with our verb. So monuit comes from monio, monere, monui, monitus. So you can see that we've taken monui, dropped the I, and added an it. So where are we at on the verb chart? Well, we're in the middle right? So we've taken the third part, dropped the I, added an it, so we're at monuit, and that gives us perfect tense. Third person singular. Easy. Adverb nuper means recently. Eos from your id chart. Third person personal pronouns. You should know that this is a plural accusative masculine. Let me pull it up for you there. Yeah, bottom right of this chart here, but this is accusative plural masculine. So them, right? Since it's a third person pronoun. De means about. It's a preposition which takes the ablative. Wearibus actually does not come from wearis man. It comes from vis, weir strength or powers, which is a third declension istem noun. Who would have thought istem nouns? However, it's just nothing special about the way this one goes. So if you take your third declension from the declension chart here, you'll find that ibus can either be dative plural or it can be ablative plural. Well, we're next to a pronoun or a preposition that takes the ablative. So we can guess ablative plural, right? Nothing to. We're actually feminine in terms of gender. Keeping going. Alarum, just like eos, the trick of the plural endings on the demonstrative pronouns. You can see that is a genitive plural feminine, but I'll pull it up for you just to have. So top, I think, on this sheet for you. But you'll find that this is a genitive plural feminine. Demonstrative pronoun for those, right? Erbium, another I stem here. The eum should clue you into that. Kind of similar to the, the eum should clue you into that. Herbis is also just part of the I stem list. So hopefully you have that memorized to some extent. If not, on my chart here, the I stems on the declension chart are indicated in the third declension within the boxed endings. So for this one, for example, if you go to the genitive plural, third declension, you'll see that there's a little box that has eum in it. And like I said, that's in the genitive plural spot. And herbs is a feminine noun, so feminine. And as you can see, we're linked up here, right? So we're going to take those together when we translate. Lastly, easy part, in Asia. In can take accusative or ablative depending on how you use it as a preposition. But we have Asia, comes from Asia, Asiae, first declension, A with the macron, ablative singular. Done. So we fully flesh this sentence out. Now we can translate, right? So, and if we were normally saying this without the question, monuit would be he, she, it warned, right? So we would say has he, she, it warned. Did he, she, it warn? So I'm going to say did in that case. But it's perfect tense. Just remember that. Did he warn? Who is he warning? Eos, them, right? That's our accusative. That is our direct object. Them, nuper, recently. Just an adverb. what is he warning them about? Well, he's warning them about the wearibus, so the strengths, numbers, troops, whatever. The strengths, de wearibus, ilarum urbium, genitive, of, not just the cities, but of those cities, specifically. And easy enough, in Asia, as it reads. And don't forget, question mark. Done, right? Easy. Even though we're iStems, it's nothing too complicated. Okay, so this one, a lot going on here, but you'll find that this is a lot simpler of a sentence than it looks. So we start off with our verb. From here, I am going to start from the left and go linearly. And I'll make some adjective agreements here that I'll justify later. But for simplicity, I'll make them now. Okay. Starting with the verb, like we usually do. Comes from traho, trahere, trotzi, trotsitus, maybe? Yeah, I have it on the list there. Tratus, sorry. Anyhow, third part seems to be the one that we're using. So we dropped the I, added an IMUS. And so similar to the one that we just had above, IMUS will lead you to be perfect. Perfect. And actually first person, plural. So we, and we are the subjects. And I don't see a nose coming in the sentence anytime soon. So we can start off the sentence with. I'm going to say instead of drag or haul here, took, take, borrow, in this case. We took is going to be a good one. Took because we're perfect, not are taking. Moving on. Easy one to knock out here. Above, we just saw that erbium is a genitive plural feminine, right? So for the same exact reason, iStem, everything like that we just justified that, we can apply that to two words in the sentence. And you'll see then that multarum and antiquarum, they in the same, they're usa, first, second declension adjectives, arum, genitive plural feminine. So there's four words knocked out just from experience right there with iStems. So we know that this is a pair, erbium antiquarum is a pair, and multarum erbium is a pair. So, all right, starting with the first word of the sentence now. Nomina comes from nomen, nominis, third declension noun, neuter. So we take the parentheses endings in my chart. I'll throw that up for you. So third declension parentheses endings nouns, we could either be nominative plural or accusative plural, right? Well, we know that we, first person, are the subject of the sentence, so we are not using the nominative plural here, right? We don't need a third person subject because we know that the subject is we. So we'll take this as accusative plural, and it's neuter, right? Even though no adjectives around it that apply to it. Last one is nominibus. Same word, comes from nomen, same declension. We're just looking for ibus, so that gives us dative plural or ablative plural, right next to a preposition which needs an object still. That takes the ablative. Simple as you like, ablative plural. And now we translate it. So we took, and we're taking, we need a direct object still, however. That's our accusative nomina at the beginning. The names. What names? Of many cities. We took those names ab nominibus from the names. Urbium antiquarum, so not many cities, but of ancient cities. And we're done. Easy. Number 8. Speedrunning this one. Start with finding our verb. Actually buried here in the middle. Linking verb, sunt, form of sum, right? Go ahead and do that. Third person. Plural. Present. They are. Start underlining. I'll justify these agreements here eventually. All right. Hodie is an adverb. Okay, so fully, sapped here. Now we just need to go into the details. Hodie we'll skip. We know from sunt that our subject, the thing in nominative, will be plural. So let's look back towards the beginning of the sentence where we typically expect it. And we have nubes. So nubes comes from nubis, third declension. So there's 3 options we have. So we have nubes, nominative singular, as it's written. We have nubes, nominative plural, from the third declension ending. And we have nubes, accusative plural, from the third declension ending. So 3 options here. We know that our subject is plural, right? We can be clued in that nubes is going to be our subject due to its position. So if it was one of these, not going to be nominative singular, can't be. Our subject is plural, right? There you go. If it was nominative plural, it would work. And accusative plural, not really going to work because we don't have a transitive verb, a verb that adds on to something, nor do we have a preposition which will require the accusative in the area. So we're taking this nominative plural, that's our subject, nubes. And a good check on that is the multi next to it. Now the multi is right next to it. There's no an other noun near it that it can modify, so it's probably modifying nubes. Multi is, we know nubes is feminine, regardless of whatever case it is. Multi, guess what? Could be nominative, plural, feminine. It could also, from the first declension, be genitive singular feminine or dative singular feminine, but none of those match up with nubes. So the only option we have is a nominative plural feminine, which checks out with one of the 3 options for nubes. So everything agrees there. All the puzzle pieces fit together. So we can, and last part of the left side of the sentence, Kylo, in takes ablative or accusative, Kylo, Kylum, Kylie, second declension, the O with a macron, ablative singular, neuter, the sky is what it translates to. So today, hodie, today, mini clouds, in Kylo, sunt. Okay. So now we're down to the right half of the sentence. The easiest one to pick out here is deorum, from deus, God. So deorum, genitive plural, masculine, done. Since it's second declension. Easy one to pick out. So we know of the gods. Signum comes from signum, Sydney, second declension, a signal, a sign. So it could be nominative singular, could be accusative singular. I think that's it. Yeah, could be either of those. However, like I mentioned, we don't have a transitive verb going on here. So there's no direct object in the sentence, right? It's all linking verbs. So we're going to take it as a nominative singular. Lastly, we have iri, acerbi. So pretty obvious agreement going on there. But what is iri? It comes from iri, first declension. So with that, it could be either dative singular, genitive singular, or nominative plural. Well, we know that Nube is the subject of the sentence. We also know that we have a sign. We need a little more details of that sign. So dative or genitive might provide that. That's pretty much it. That's the only really, we might just have to, this might be a figure it out situation, try it and figure it out. And whatever this has, this will match out hereby. Since we're already teaching new biz, I'm pretty sure it's doubtful that that will be a nominative plural. So they are, what are they? They are a signal or a sign. Okay, so let's take this as a dative. A sign to the anger, to the fierce anger of the gods. That's not that bad. But what if we say genitive? To the, a sign of the fierce anger of the gods. I think that makes grammatical sense. You're not assigned to something, you're a sign of something. A sign of the anger, the wrath, and not just the anger. Okay. Easy. Number 9. So, pick out our verb. I'll start linearly again. Pronoun, noun. Okay. So kind of 2 parts here, divided by the et, right? So we'll start with the left side. So we have elude animal. Very simple here. Comes from animal, animalis, third declension, but it's just the nominative singular form. It is a neuter word. Similar with elude. It's elay, ela, elude. So the neuter form, and I'll throw it up there, but the neuter form of that gets you nominative singular neuter, which agrees, right? So that animal, the one that we're talking about specifically. And what did it do? It keketed. So it comes from kaido, kaidere, kekedi, kaises. So you can see we've taken the third part, dropped the I, added an IT. So we are over in the perfect system, right? Perfect system, middle right. Drop the I, add the IT from the third part. So I do have it as to be slain, to die. It also means to fall, like to physically fall down. But a lot of times when something fell down to the Romans, it didn't get back up. So you can see how they would get that confused. So that animal fell, since we're imperfect, not is falling, fell. And then Ibby Harry, I'll put in the there yesterday. There for Ibby. Harry for yesterday. Et and what did it do? It was trahibotting, and like I said in that sentence, you can see we've taken the re, dropped the re off of trahere, to drag, and added a bat. So we're over on the far left, middle, imperfect side, singular, third person, and it was dragging. And now let's fill in the gaps here. So we have trans takes the accusative, ob takes the ablative, terum comes from terra, terrae, first declension. So the am ending there, it's just an accusative singular, nothing special. And then same thing with adder, adri. It's an ablative singular, masculine. Lastly, we have say, the reflexive pronoun, which we've learned about recently. So that can be accusative or to be ablative. However, with everything else being a part of a prepositional phrase here, we're betting for a direct object on this tribot. So we need this kind of an accusative here to supply that direct object. So what was it dreading? It was dreading say. It was dreading itself, reflecting back on the speaker, which is the animal. And where, what about it? Trans term, trans meaning across the ground, the earth, the land. Abadro, from the field. So, and you can also, this is a good example of the tenses order here. Pluperfect is in the past more than perfect, which is in the past more than imperfect, right? To present. So it first fell yesterday, and it was then dragging itself, so you can see that the falling action happened first in the past. So yeah, that is chapter 14.